Hello, this is Paul Cowell from Whitestone Country Inn. We're about 60 days into the new year, and I was just wondering how you're doing with your New Year's resolutions. It's always a funny thing. We think we gain a little weight or we want to start a new program, and we need a new year to do it. And about 75%, according to studies, of your resolutions are already gone by now, and 92% of them are gone in a pretty major study by the end of the year. So making New Year's resolutions is not overly productive, I guess, although we want to change, we want to transition, we want to be happier. But I just wanted to encourage you that if the goal was worthwhile, even if you're behind on the schedule or it's not working out like you intended in terms of how much weight you'd lost or how much you'd lose or how much of your book you would read, or how much of your book you would write, then don't quit. If the goal was worthwhile, then just reevaluate your time schedule. I've always thought we ought to have T-shirts that said two things. On the front, it could say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And then on the back, it could say, if at first you don't succeed, reevaluate. It's time to just rethink the whole thing. But delay doesn't necessarily mean you ought to abandon the project. It doesn't mean that the goal was not worthwhile. It may mean that your time schedule was a little too optimistic and you were thinking you could do more than you could. And I've done that in the past where I'd say, okay, I want to lose this much weight in the next 6 months. And so I would write weekly goals down. And then they were always optimistic. By 30 days into that, I was so far behind, and I would reevaluate one time, but I wouldn't bother to do it again. But either catch up or revise your goals, but don't quit. Don't say things like, I'm going to wait till next year. New Year's resolutions can cause you to think that, but waiting until next year is not the right way to go. That you need some perseverance in there. Maybe the biggest thing in keeping goals and resolutions is to be accountable to someone else. I was just reading about a fellow that needed to lose some weight, and he had tried several things, and he got a group of his friends, including his mother, who was very concerned about his diet, to agree to evaluate his eating habits. And so with our smartphones, he took a picture of everything he ate and sent it after every meal to this group of accountability friends. I thought that was a good plan, knowing that they're going to say, what are you doing eating that? Because that's not consistent with the goal you sold us. We say that good is the enemy of best, and there's a way in which that's true, but best, a lack of best, is the enemy of good. When you set goals, they often involve perfection and speed and how fast you're going to do things. And then when you don't do it that fast, you just quit because you can't get on that schedule again. But I've even done things like, I can't diet today because I picked up a Thin Mint as I went by the table and forgot I was dieting, and so I'll wait till tomorrow. There's absolutely nothing that says you can't start a diet in the middle of the day. Don't let a decision that you're going to do this dissipate your resolve to act. I think sometimes we feel better when we've just made a decision that we're going to go on a diet, that we're going to do something. Get the support you need from others. Share your goals. Don't wait till next year. Don't wait till tomorrow. You can actually start something in the middle of the day, and it'll be better. But I've even said things like, I'll go on a diet tomorrow, and wondered if I could get sick of candy by the end of the day so I could really have resolve tomorrow. Don't put it off. Reevaluate your goals. If the goal is worthwhile, don't abandon it. I hope you keep some of your resolutions this year and have a transition to a better, happier life.